call this meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Councilor Palmer,
He's excused.
Pecora,
Here.
Lopez,
Here.
Mangel,
Here.
Mayor McDonald,
Here.
Department Head Miller,
He's excused.
Chief Ward,
Here.
Chief Taylor,
Here.
and Sarah Andrews. Here.
Get that AC. Thanks. Okay. Council held an executive session on personnel before this council meeting. Council can and may hold another before the next scheduled council meeting. At this time, does anybody have departmental reports? No. Seeing that there are none, we move to correspondence. Councilman.
Minutes?
Yep, I blew right through that, didn't I? I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes from the September 8th meeting.
So moved. Second?
Councilor Pecora,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Mangel,
Yes.
Mayor McDonald,
Yes, and we know there are no departmental reports, but there is correspondence. Councilman Brad Mangel, floor is yours.
Okay, this is for our minimum municipal obligation for the year. I do have a statement. The 2019 MMO is no different than past years. The city's portion of the required payments continually put a strain on the yearly budget. This year, the city administrator and council are looking to find ways to offset the cost. The plan should stabilize future budgets. The city looks to Harrisburg to find solutions for the uniform pension plans. Until this solution is realized, municipalities will struggle to fund pensions. Our city employees have earned this benefit and deserve to have a source of income when they retire. The city has had successful discussions with all bargaining groups relating to solvency of the pensions. This will be a collaborative effort by all parties. Our municipal obligation for all three pensions this year is $1,793,497. That equates to a sixth of the budget.
Right.
Brad, if I may just comment, that number also includes the pension debt that with the possible pension obligation bond issue would be substantially lower than that.
Right.
Just wanted to add
I didn't elaborate in my statement, but that you're correct.
All right, thank you, Councilman Mangel. I would like to enter some correspondence also. Last week, Chief Ward and I visited the YWCA here in Bradford, and we met with Vanessa Castano, Mickey Swackhammer, Donna Butler, and a number of other staff members at the YWCA. And I was absolutely blown away by their dedication to serving some of our community's most vulnerable. They're constantly offering the homeless a place to stay, the abused a place to find safety, and resources and programs for the needy. The city of Bradford has opened a dialogue with our local YWCA as far as I'm concerned, and I promise to always be available to them and to help them however I can personally, and to keep the city informed of fundraisers and plans for the YWCA. The work that the YWCA does is vital to our community and wherever they operate, really. From food pantries to domestic violence services, housing and employment services. They're really one of a kind, and we're lucky to have such a dedicated group of women, employees and volunteers at the YWCA to do what they do. I encourage people to visit ywcabradford.org and make a donation to help the YWCA in carrying out their mission. So thank you to the staff at the YWCA for sitting down with Chief Ward and I last week. It was really an honor and privilege to find out more of what you're all about. So thank you for that.
Mayor, I spoke to you early. I did receive correspondence addressed to me thanking for demolition of a property down on Hobson Place, 62 to be in fact. And in my conversations with the Hintons who sent this to me, I explained, I'm just a pretty face that you talk to. Really, Chris, I am.
No, I agree.
Oh, thank you.
That's going in the paper.
Can't argue that.
Well, thank you, Jerry. Okay. I told her before that there's many people behind the scenes that a lot of us are not aware of, the public's not aware of, that get these things done. And so I'd like to recognize those people. Mike Cleveland, Mike Schreiber, Mark Smith, Kevin Huff, Sarah Andrews, and Shane Oshman. Those are the people that got 62 Hobson Place on the demo list, and they're looking forward to it. And so I'm going to share the Hintons' appreciation with all those involved. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's all for correspondence. So we will enter the petition and hear visitors segment of tonight's meeting. So if there's anybody in attendance tonight that would like to address council, just please stand where you are, state your name and address for the record, and let us hear what's on your mind.
Mayor, I don't know how one time they had a community garden here in Bradford a few years back. Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to see the community garden they had in Olean. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see it or not. And I wondered if council, if me and a couple other people could have a work session sometime to talk to council about a community garden next year here in Bradford. We would have to have access to water to take care of the garden. I don't know all the details. It was brought to me, then I went over to Olean today and looked at it because I had to go for my allergy shot. And it's a real neat setup to where they do it. They don't road till the ground or nothing. They have them in squares, and they can have them up in the air or whatever. And they charge like $20 for a big pot. I would like to, my friend in here, which is a police officer, he comes down to see his girlfriend, and he asked me to bring it up at council, if council would like maybe entertain the idea of possibly looking into maybe having a community garden
Sure, Gordy.
in the summer,
Yeah,
next year.
Yeah, I would say anything is a possibility at this point, especially since you brought it up so far ahead of time.
Right.
That's something we could probably work out. If you wanted to set up a work session, we could probably get that on the books at some point. I think that a community garden would definitely add value to the city. I think they're great things when cities can pull things like that off.
He's got the plans, how they did it. Dave from Erie, he's got all the plans. He's more or less, he overseed it in Erie. In Olean, there's a grant that's available. I don't know if it's available here in Pennsylvania or not, but they got like I think a $20,000 grant or something to help set it up.
Sure. Well, let me look into some of that too, and I know where to find you. I see you here every other week. So
yeah, I'm here every other week unless something else comes up.
I'll do some thinking. I'll do some digging, and we'll set up a work session when it comes time to maybe put some plans together. So thank you. That's a neat idea. Thanks, Gordy.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anybody else this evening?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Paul Matheson, again, with the Bradford Youth Hockey Club, a couple other board members here tonight as well. Understanding, the topic isn't an agenda item this evening. We're just here to show our keen interest again in the status of that decision. I do realize, I think the next opportunity for it to be an agenda item is October, second Tuesday in October. So if there's nothing planning to happen between now and then, if we could request it be added to that agenda.
Sure.
Timing wise, we're getting, that
Okay.
date is getting pretty close to the standard
I
opening date.
think that after the meeting, City Administrator Luco would like to speak with you guys and kind of let you know what's going on. We're working on putting together a plan and getting some preliminary ideas together for how to move forward with the season, and he'll gladly fill you guys in.
Wonderful, appreciate
All
that,
right,
thank you.
Thank you. Ladies in the back, are you with them or? Okay, all right.
Mayor, may
Yes,
I-
sir.
I've been, well, my main complainant is, my boss. It's about cable rates, and I try to explain to her that we, as a municipality, do not have any control over that, that's the FCC. But I did get a call from a couple residents, citizens, and they complained about the rates, and I explained the same thing, but they did bring up to me about and everybody has this issue with a menu when you call for service. And, of course, I went through that about over a month ago, and I decided they're gonna call me back, you're allowed to do that, so I did it, and within a half an hour or so, they called me back, and I explained it, and a week later, no, it was less than a week, tech came out. And in my conversations with the tech, I said, you know, I kinda miss the office being open, I understand why you got it closed, but I said I would go down to talk if I I want some comment put on my account, at least they could do it. He said that's not gonna happen. So I knew this issue over a month ago, and I never really brought it up, but now that I've had a couple citizens express their concerns, because a lot of people, they'd rather talk to a person. Well, that office is not gonna open up again. You're not gonna be able to go down there to talk to a customer service person. In fact, we had a discussion tonight earlier, and if you have to return equipment, you're gonna have to mail it to them. So we've lost that. Now, that's one thing we as a city can complain about. I would like, myself, and I think some of the, most of the residents of the city of Bradford would like to talk to an individual. So that's my position, I thought I'd get it out there, and I see Ruth is typing away. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Brad. I share in your frustration. It's definitely a lot nicer to go talk to somebody in person in a brick and mortar facility than.
And
Who knows where?
and believe me, not to belabor this point on Atlantic Broadband, I work for a public utility, they're considered a public utility. We were regulated by the PUC, which is state agency, they're regulated by the FCC, which is federal. But, back in 2012, they were bought out by a Canadian company called, Cogeco, a Quebec company. Right now, Atlantic Broadband's, depending on what you read, is the 8th or 9th largest cable company in the United States. Well, in September this year, a company called Altus USA made an offer in September to buy Atlantic Broadband. And their reasoning, or their position was they'd buy it, concentrate on the US holdings, and sell everything off in Canada to Rogers Communications, which is a large telecommunications. But that's some of the things these small utilities are going through, bought out in 2012, now somebody in 2020 is trying to buy them out. I'm not making excuses for them, but from having worked for Penelect, we realize we're in a rural area, and we usually are not the first one to see the improvements, and we're lucky if we do see improvements. So this is where we stand with Atlantic Broadband.
Very good. Thank you, Brad.
Mr. Mayor, do we get the franchise fees from Atlantic Broadband in the 10-year contract that the city has with them?
Chris, you?
I don't believe we get a franchise fee.
I I don't think so,
We
sir.
get business privilege today.
Cause if you look at your cable bill, they say there's a franchise fees that goes to the city or something.
Yeah. And I don't think we see any of that.
I don't believe so. I
Yeah.
don't wanna say for sure that I don't believe so.
Don't think so, Gordy.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Yep. Moving on to old business, item A, bill number 8, ordinance general file number 3078.224, amend ordinance general file number 3078, providing for the salaries of various city employees, OECD police.
I'll make the motion. Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes.
CO 5489, general file number 3078.224, calendar number 8, sessions 2020. Amend ordinance general file number 3078, an ordinance of the city of Bradford, McKean County, Pennsylvania, providing for the salaries of various city employees.
I make the motion. Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes.
Number 35868, approve payment to Pete Repair Service Refuse.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35869, approve payment to Campbell, Durant, and Beatty, PC. Oh, that's not me.
Thank you, Mayor.
Accounts and finance. Sorry, Brad.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Read everything with a star. Should be put a star on there.
Number 35870, excuse me. Approve payment to Greater Bradford Senior Activity Center Incorporated Accounts and Finances. Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35871, accept quote and approve payment to Lexipol Police.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35872, approve payment to Whitmer Public Safety Group Police.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35873, approve additional grant payment of $3,470 to Jill Pascarella for rehabilitation work at 104 Archibald Court, OECD.
Second.
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35874, approve payment to 6V Excavation LLC, OECD.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35875, approve additional grant payment of $1,650 to Irene Salonis for rehabilitation work at 299 East Main Street, OECD.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35876, approve payment to the Pennsylvania Electric Company, a First Energy company, for the transfer of the 11 LED lights and 10 sodium vapor lights as part of the Downtown Historic District Streetscape Improvement Project, OECD.
Second.
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35877, appoint Shane Oshman as Fair Housing Officer for the City of Bradford, OECD.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35878, adopt fair housing policy in accordance with Title 8 of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, the Federal Fair Housing Law, the Pennsylvania Human Act, and other applicable fair housing laws, OECD.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. Number 35879, approve payment to Bradford Tire Center Police.
Second.
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes.
Number 35880, approve payment to Professional Tree Service Accounts and Finances. Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes.
Number 35881, authorize the proper officers of the city of Bradford to execute an agreement with Todd Hennard to release fire escrow funds to be used for repairs and renovations of 1012 Chestnut Street, accounts and finances.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes.
Number 35882, authorize the execution of the Community Video Program Agreement between the City of Bradford and CGI Communications Incorporated, accounts and finances.
Second?
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Mayor McDonald?
Yes. I will accept the motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
So moved?
Second.
Counselor Sikora?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.